You know why they don't want to give us reparation? Now hear me out. It's because black people in America, we know too much. It's a lot of stuff that black people been saying about history, knowing who we are. Even other melanated people from Africa and Caribbean know who they are. White people don't like that shit. That's why they bring other groups in here to undermine black Americans. It's for us to forget about it. That's why they always want us to forget about slavery. They want us to forget about what happened to Tulsa. They want us to forget about civil rights. They want us to forget about everything. It's because we the only people that's melanated in the world that know the truth. Did their own researches, found shit, been in these countries, because a lot of black Americans never supposed to went to none of these countries. Only the places that white people go that created, paradise, like Florida, stuff like that. So when they allow us to go to these places, we only supposed to win as tourists and just go to these places, enjoy, and then come back with pictures and talk about what they did in Cancun, Mexico, and shit like that. No. A lot of black people start to roam through these places, finding artifacts, finding the black melanated people in them towns like Colombia and all that, right? We didn't supposed to talk to them people because a lot of them people, and this is what y'all need to know, a lot of Africans and Caribbean people, just melanated people, because it's people in the Fiji Islands, Papua New Guinea, everywhere, they afraid to speak up and tell their history, like they, shy from Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Illinois, which is shy ass. That's the reason why they afraid. So when the white men go back over there and question them and say, has some Negroes been here? They like, they didn't want to say it, but they like, yeah. What they say, what you tell them. And then, you know how white people get down. Y'all know how white people get down. They pressure bust pipes. They pressure they ass, but they offer them gifts. And the gifts was to let them come over here in America, since black people fought for every melanated people in other groups to come over here and live a better life. But they also taught them propaganda about us. It's to undermine us. You know what I'm saying? And call us lazy and all this is for, all these years. You know why? It's because black people we are the sauce. We the blueprint. We the reason why the word woke is not just us. We woke everybody else up. But the problem is they gave them people trinkets, gifts, to come over here and act like we never was over there having a conversation with them about being beautiful. You are royalty. You have the resources. Fuck that white man. He don't care about you. You see how he did us? It was televised, in the 60s. It was people in them other foreign countries seeing that. Everybody wasn't poor. Some people had TVs in a lot of places in the Caribbean and Africa, and they seen that shit. So everything that black people told them, black Americans told them about what's going on with this white man, they actually seen that shit. But we can't defeat the white man because he taught them propaganda. That's the reason why a lot of these people from these islands in Africa and other cultures, Latin America, come here and undermine us, because we know the facts. We woke them up to let them know you are somebody. You get what I'm saying? If I'm lying, I'm dying. That's basically what it is. That's the reason why they don't want to give us our reparation. You feel me? That's why they don't want to give black America nothing. It's because we are a threat. Ain't no other groups. I don't care if you're Italian, the Mexicans, ain't no other group ever been You heard of public enemies, number one. See, it's number one. One person could be a public enemy. Not a group of people are public enemies. Is one person is a public enemy, number one. But a threat, you know what I'm saying? They said the Black Panthers was a threat to America. Ain't no other groups can sit up here and say they was ever a threat. And some of these other groups, these motherfuckers be bombing shit and all type of shit. No. They said Black Panthers, no, black people is a threat. You hear me? A threat to society, to the world, Craig. Listen what I just said. Rewind this shit. What the fuck I just said. That's why. Because we the only people on this planet, you know what I'm saying, that ever said what we said to the white man, and it was true. That's why you see all these people doing these videos. You know what I'm saying? All these videos. The people going against what people say in these videos is because Black Americans picked up that book and read that book when they said, we don't want you to read. Because we the only ones, black people in America, is the only ones can pick up that book and translate it to every melanated person. Why is that? Because what is the biggest language in the world? English. And who know more English than us? British English is with an accent. American English, you can understand it. It depends on what part of America you in, because some of it got a twang to it. Some of them is a little heavy, harsh, or however people say it with slangs, all that. But you understand what we saying. So if you are the triple threat, book smart, street smarts, and common sense, you are a threat to society because you can wake up the dead. You are an influencer. You are a leader. You can have thousands of people follow you. The same thing that Farrakhan did for the Million Man March. And it wasn't just a million people. It was more than a million of peoples. And they couldn't believe that shit. Like, what the fuck? You hear me knocking, y'all? I'm just telling the truth. That's the reason why they don't want us to have reparation. That's the reason why they don't want the black man to ever be empowered. When I say black man, we're not talking about Africa, Caribbean, no. Because y'all don't hold no weight. The blueprint, the source of melanated people are Black Americans. Remember that shit. We are the threat to this world. Nobody else. That's why the cameras is on us. And you will hear people say, oh, ain't nobody worrying about no black people, this and that. Yeah, okay. That's what y'all think. But let's be real. Y'all be watching us close as fuck. But it's cool though, because it's like a movie. It's your favorite low, raised by OGs, not IGs. Huh?